Hi guys, Kojak21 here tonight. I wanted to make a quick video right now. First of all, I'm just making a few announcements that I will be making some changes. I ordered something to help me film, so hopefully I'll start making some drawing films for you guys. And I may be changing some things, maybe my name possibly, but I'll fill you guys in on that one as soon as I get my new toy for my camera. So. I just want to get into that. Though, with that being said, I want to move on to a really important topic right now, and that's struggle, depression, finding who you are. And I want to get into this because everybody does these kinds of videos, and I want to do this to be my first videos because I want to address this to anybody out there who's having trouble right now. You're not alone. Um, Depression is something you're going to have to deal with as a society in a society. It's just no way around it. And I know everybody's hurting right now. This whole country is just hurting right now. This election, people are tearing each other apart, and everybody is just going nuts right now. And I just want to address this because I hope there's some people out there who watch my videos and who can kind of get what I'm saying. Because everywhere I see people struggling, and I'm struggling myself. We're all struggling. We're all trying to find who we are. And I just want to tell you guys that I don't want anybody who watches these videos, I don't want any of you thinking that you have to be something that you don't want to be. It's always hard to let go of things and to uh, put aside the things that are bringing us down. But sometimes we get so used to those things that, it just, it's like, tentacles and stuff that are bringing you down, that are holding you down, but at the same time you enjoy them for some reason. And I don't say enjoy, but there's plenty of people out there who just they don't they look at the tentacles, they look at the chains, they look at whatever's holding them back and holding them down, and they think it's something that they have to live with. You don't have to live with anything, guys. One mistake I made growing up was that I waited to start doing what I'm doing now. I should have done this a long time ago and started working towards what I wanted, and I let things get in the way. I let fear get in the way. And you guys cannot be afraid. Don't be afraid to fail. If that's anything I can offer you guys, is that I've always been afraid to fail. I've always been afraid to put my stuff out there. I've always been afraid, yeah, I'm just mostly putting my stuff out there. I've always been afraid that I'm not good enough. I've cleansed myself of that. I mean, I'm on this. I watch these videos all the time, and many of you know when I that I made a comment about how you can find therapy, and what I really meant were like self help videos, like motivational videos and things like that. The whole Rocky speeches, and I watch them every day, and then they're great. But I want you guys to know that you don't have to be who other people want you to be. If you don't want to wear a suit for the rest of your life, if you want to have a real job, or if you want to get married and have kids, if you want to, get good grades, you can do it. Sorry, you can do it. And I don't want anybody who watches this channel to think that somebody out there has that you have to be stopped by somebody, because it's not true. The problem is that we let people, even though our friends and our family and people we love, let us rule us, because we take their advice, but sometimes they don't always know what's best for us. I mean, you younger kids, believe me, listen to your parents, listen to some adults, but just be trust but verify. And you're going to struggle with depression. Trust me, depression, you cannot avoid it. Every day is going to be, when you get to that point. I'm not talking, and this is more of you older people. I understand you young kids, you don't know what stress is. I mean, you think you do, but I mean, I've been down that road. In high school, in college, I wish I was in high school. In high school, I wished I was in grade school or junior high. In junior high, I wish that's how it is. You wish you had it easier back then. It's always going to be like that. But when you get to college and you get done with college and then you are welcomed into the world of being an adult, you are going to struggle with depression. You are going to meet people who are going to hurt you. You're going to meet people who are going to make you feel alive and then take it away. It's just the way it is. It's just life. But don't let it ruin your chances in life. Don't let it stop you from being who you are. I mean, if you want to be a guy or a chick or with purple hair and 1,000 earrings and things like that, go ahead. I mean, it's not, nobody's stopping you if it doesn't, if as long as you're not hurting anyone, and as long as you can do it. you know, I don't know. I mean, I've seen, many jobs hire people with tattoos on their necks and things like that. So I don't know. I'm not encouraging any of that. I'm encouraging you guys to not let people stop you. I mean, so many times people have told me that, you're not good enough, you're not this, you're not that, this doesn't look right, you need to work on this. And, that you take those tips, but I don't want anybody, this is just for fun. I mean, it's like they say, he who says, I remember this quote, he who says he can't and he who says he can are usually right. And I just want everybody to understand that, and understand that everything, if you have doubts in yourself, then you're going to fail. But that doesn't mean that you can't get back up. But if you change your mindset to work hard, and to go after what you want, then that's all you need. It doesn't matter if you're a drug addict. That doesn't mean you can't get off the drugs. If you're an alcoholic, that doesn't mean you can't recover. And it doesn't matter how long it takes. And in fact, this is one thing that really inspired me, because when I was in college, I really felt embarrassed. It took me 5 years to get my degree, a 5 year for a 4 year BA degree. It's not like I went for my master's or anything. So, and I forgot who said this, but it was basically, he said that a degree doesn't have a date on it. At least it doesn't say how many years you graduated. So it may take you 10 years, it may take you 20, but it'll never say that on a degree. And as long as you do that, that's all you need to do. And I want to put this video out there because I want to inspire people, and I want people to understand that you're going to go through some hard times, but it's what you do in those hard times. And this is probably stuff you've never heard. I mean, I'm probably just regurgitating it, but I hope I can inspire some people. And you know I'm sorry to say, you're going to lose some friends. You're going to lose, you'll probably lose everything by the time you gain success. I mean, there's no single path for the modern man. And I'm struggling with it right now. I mean, we were all struggling. And I don't want to get too much into my personal life right now, because this is mainly about art. I mean, I really don't plan on getting this personal. This is probably one of the only videos I really share stuff like this. But I don't, I want to see my viewers happy, and I want to see them, full of life, because that's where the passion lies, guys. That's where the art comes from. There is no better feeling when I'm drawing one of my favorite heroes. It's like, I mean, I feel like a kid again. It's the most awesome feeling when I'm drawing Ghost Rider or Spawn, or and seeing them, the good guy, kick ass. And it sucks when I have to make them fail, but that's life. You have to draw struggles. I mean, everything. Art is just the study of life. When you're drawing, you're studying. You're basically projecting what you see. That's my basic definition of art. It's always, art is just a imitation of reality, in my opinion. You know, whether if it's on a paper, a pencil, a canvas, a computer, it's art. In a way, art is imitating life, but how we want it to be. I mean, everything I'm going to teach you, everything that's coming at you, it's just going to be everything in life. And we're all just struggling to figure this thing that we call life. So I don't want to get too much into this. I hope I've uh, been able to help you guys out. I just don't want you guys to give up. You just can't give up. There's the only other option, I'm sad to say, is just death. Otherwise you're not living, if you're not if you're not being who you are. I mean, if you just go from one empty shell to the next, what good is it? You're just going to be miserable to the day you die. And I hope I didn't offend anyone or anything like that, but it's just the truth. Everything in life, it all happens for a reason. But at the same time, everything's a mixture. You got to have a lot of things. You got to pray, you got to believe in God, you got to believe in something. You got to struggle, you got to look to your friends, you got to look to the sky, look to the ground, look for everything. And you know whatever helps. I mean, if I hope you guys don't turn to things like drugs and things like that, because people say, you know it just doesn't. I feel like drugs suppress the mind. Like, it keeps you from being who you are. It's one thing to go to your friends and family for help, but but marijuana and things like that are not your friends. Those are just things that keep you from being it just suppresses the pain. It just numbs the pain. It doesn't make it go away. And life is full of pain, guys. I'm sorry, but I wish it weren't so. But when you get to the real world and you find it's not so kind, but you have to be a fighter, you know. And I'm putting this video up probably for myself. I'm probably gonna be watching these for myself because sometimes you have to remind yourself because you got to understand, guys. Your biggest enemy is gonna be yourself. Because sometimes you'll kill yourself before you even try. You'll kill your ideas. You'll kill anything, any little fire, little spark of fire that could have been, because you don't know how people are going to react. They may hate your ideas, they may like it, but that's not for you to decide. What you need to decide is what to do when um, when whatever period or whatever comes your way. And I hope you guys can understand that depression is part of life, and it's never easy. It's never uh, it's hard. It's hard to deal with, but that's why it helps to be surrounded by friends and family. I mean, I love my friends and my family. I always go to them whenever I have a problem. I know I can count on them. And it also my work, a lot of, artists, they use their misery to create. That's kind of what, that's how they get through it. You can't tell me that any basketball player, any music artist is not working something out through their lyrics or through their passion. I mean, for us artists, unfortunately, a lot of us artists, we struggle with our hearts and our brains, because our brains are constantly battling with our hearts, because our hearts are going through so much pain, but our mind was that the problem is we have trouble putting that on paper. Our mind is just like too overwhelmed by our hearts. I mean, sometimes you gotta listen to your brain, and sometimes you gotta listen to your heart. There's times for everything, and I just want to get this out there because you guys, I hope you watch. Sorry, I hope you watch this video and take something from it and learn that life is gonna kick you in the face a lot, and it's right now it's kicking me in the face. But that's kind of one reason why I like making these videos, is it makes me happy, and I can't wait to start drawing for you guys. I'm sorry, I'm waiting for something because I've been trying to figure out ways to do this, and I'm kind of limited here by my technology. I explain this, but listen to me now, I'm making more excuses. I mean, you guys got to eliminate excuses. I mean, that's one thing I learned recently, that you just, whenever somebody tells you something, unfortunately, they don't want to hear it. If you have to explain to somebody why you were late, they don't care. They just think of it as another excuse. I mean, you can, unless your mother died, and that's the only really excuse. Unfortunately, you can't kill your mother every day, so I'm sorry. You can't use that excuse every day. You just gotta have to accept it, that people don't want to hear excuses anymore, and it sucks because there's always a reason why you're late. There's even a perfectly good reason. I'm sorry, but it's, people don't want to hear it. It's unprofessional. It's makes you look bad. Even whether if you're in the right, it doesn't matter. You're still late in those people's eyes. So you guys gotta make, you can't make excuses. I didn't study hard enough. I didn't put more effort. I didn't do this. I didn't prep. Don't apologize for anything. Don't apologize for who you are. You know, I mean, if you're the kind of person that can't take orders, then then become your own boss. Fight. You have to keep fighting, because I'm telling you, some of the closest people will tell you that they don't believe in you, and they may sell little signs about it. They may want you to do things you don't normally want to do, but I mean, how is that going to help you? How is that going to help you when the people closest to you will tell you it's not good enough, that you need to try something that, I mean, of course, if it's not working, obviously that's different. But when someone tells you to try something different, if you're an artist, then be an artist. Don't go after something that's not art. And I'm only telling you guys because I hope you guys can understand that if this is what you want to do, or if you just love doing it, if you have a passion for it, I'm speaking to anybody. If you know early on that this is what you want to do, then go for it. Don't let anybody stand in your way, because it's only going to end up bad for you, and it's going to make, you have to make yourself happy. If you can't make yourself happy, it's just like, if you're on an airplane, what do they tell you to do, to secure your own mask first? It's the same thing with happiness, guys. If you can't make yourself happy, then it's not good. You're just gonna project. It's all in the mind. See, if you're miserable, then you're gonna make everybody around you miserable. I mean, that's one thing I've noticed that I've done that. I've done it before, and it sucks. It sucks when people don't want to be around you, and they're just edgy around you. They don't look you in the eye. They hate you because you suck the fun right out and you don't even realize it. So I hope you guys can get through that and understand that even if you're having the worst day of your life, if you put a smile on and just blow it over, then nothing can hurt you. I'm telling you. You can go through the worst breakup in the world. You can deal with depression. I mean, you can struggle with depression, but if you wake up every day with a smile and say, you know what, I'm going to do better today, and it's going to be hard, because I'm struggling. Some days I wake up and I'm like, I just want to go back to bed. It's too cold to get out, and life is not worth getting up. And then some days I'm like, I'm ready. You know, I'm ready for the world. I'm ready to face it. And even then, sometimes it doesn't end. Sometimes I wake up, or you can wake up happy, and then you go to bed just completely miserable. And it's a daily struggle. And you just got to remember what you have, because some days you may wake up and today could be your day. I mean, today, every day is always going to be your day, but today may be the day. I mean, unfortunately, you guys, life is not, it really is all about just till the day till your last days. But um sorry, I'm having a hard time getting this out, because I don't want you guys to, like, I don't want to encourage any guys to hurt yourselves or anything. I feel like that's kind of where I'm going, but I have a very dark sense of humor. If you guys know me on Facebook, and I post a lot of not dark memes, but a lot of like humor, a lot of things that are, at least to me, are funny, like relationship stuff and things like that. I mean, and I post it because sometimes it helps to laugh at life. Sometimes, it helps to laugh at the boogeyman and say, you know what, uh, it's not going to work today. I mean, I'm in too good of a good mood to let anything bother me. And I hope you guys can take something from that, and to learn to laugh at life and to be silly, and that not to be so serious, and don't let it stop you from anyone telling you from being mature about it. Because people will say, your sense of humor is immature or something like that. It's not immature. It's called the love of life. To laugh at life, to make fun of it sometimes, and to laugh with it. And some people just can't. I'm tired of all these people with sticks up their behinds. Who just. I mean, you should see some of the people I've dealt with, and I haven't shared where I work because I don't really. Maybe in another video I'll share that, but I see people who are just miserable, and I don't understand why. I mean, they're able to buy stuff, they have money, and they're alive, they're breathing, they have their kids with them, they have their husband with them, and I mean, what are you so depressed about? You're alive. You got two hands. I mean, what is it that is keeping you from being happy, that hurts so much? I mean, what is it that you can't recover from? There's people, it's not that bad when you realize what people have suffered through the ages. I mean, it's amazing to me that, you look at history and how people didn't used to even live long back then. And people are living, I see so many people who are just miserable, literally just talking to them for 5 minutes. They talk to you like, they don't even, like literally. And that's like the whole conversation. Then they walk away and it's like, why? I mean, is that the kind of people you guys want to be like? That's what you got to ask yourself. Are you going to be the kind of person that people are just counting the seconds till you leave? Or do you want to be full of life and passion, and fight that depression, and fight whatever's eating you inside, and fight those demons, and then never give up? Never give up, dude. Guys, it's going to happen. You're going to want to give up, and you're going to want to stop. And you don't understand that even on your when you're on your lowest, your whatever you're struggling with, if you're down on your knees begging God, and praying for a solution, you can always, there's always a chance. And I just want to get, I'm probably rambling, but I hope you guys can take something from this and understand why had to put out this video, because we're all struggling. Depression, it eats up, it eat it. Sorry, guys, I'm tired. it eats up at you guys all the time. And I know we've all struggled with depression, and you just you have to find what makes you happy. And if you're doing that all the time, you will be happy. And if you can find a way to make that happen, and let me tell you guys something, it's not just being an artist I'm talking about. I'm talking about success in general, because there is no career on this planet that is easy, except for remedial jobs. I mean, the even being a lawyer, a doctor. You think people come out of college and just expect to be a doctor or a lawyer? No, that is something, that's another job you have to struggle to get. It's just most people. I don't know too much about lawyers, but I'm assuming a lot of them have connections. So, but what I'm trying to say is that even something people think that are there every day, being a cop, being uh, anything. I mean, people look at me and they think that, oh, being an artist is such a hard job. It's not a hard job. There's jobs out there. There's opportunities. And don't let the way things are now stop you from making a future for yourself, because things aren't going to be like the way they are now. Of course things change. I mean, that's just human nature. That's just you can't stop any change. And I want you guys to know that don't let anybody stop you from pursuing what you want just because it seems impossible. Everything seems impossible, and I mentioned something like a doctor or lawyer because people think that just because you went through medical school for 8 years that you're just going to land a job. That just because, I mean, sure, some people do, but you don't know. I mean, there's plenty of people out there who went to medical school, went for something, and there who got a degree in poli science, and then they do something else. I mean, it's all about what you guys want to do, and I hope you guys can figure this out. I mean, this channel, I hope to do some talking to you guys, and I hope I can inspire people while I'm drawing. And that's kind of what I want to make my show about, because it's kind of one thing I love to do. I've always loved to listen to people. I've listened to talk radio all my life. My mom practically raised me on it, and I love to hear people talk, even if I didn't agree with a lot of the stuff. I mean, I would listen to just anything. I just love to hear people talk. You know, and I think you guys would appreciate that. And I hope to get this out on some videos. That's kind of part of the announcement. And but mainly I'm gonna focus on drawing for you guys. But I mean, if you guys have any questions, anything you'd like to hear me do, I mean, feel free to reach out. Any of you guys struggling out there, I mean, you probably you don't need me to talk to you, but just take it from me, because I'm struggling right now, and it's hard, but I want everybody to understand that it is possible. But it's also easy to get stuck in those places, and I don't want you guys to do that. I don't want you guys to make my mistakes and get stuck in a place. See, that's why I'm making up for it now. I mean, I should have been, if I'd known then what I know now. I mean, but you can't dwell on the past. All you can do is learn from it and move on, because if you keep doing that, you're going to be screwed either way, because you're just going to be keep focusing on what you can't change. What you can't change is the past. It's already there. It's already happened. What you can do is say, right now, this moment, I'm going to start doing what I'm doing. You can always, if you don't do it today, you can always wake up the next day and say, you know what, I'm going to start today. And I mean, hopefully you don't do it too many days, but um, I hope you guys can take something from this, and see that it is possible. you know I mean, it's gonna be a struggle. You're gonna hate it. You're gonna be on your knees a lot, and hating God, and hating your life, and hating your parents, and hating everybody. You're gonna hate the world. I mean, we've all gone through it. And you can't focus on, you need to focus on what you want to do, and that will make you happy in the end. That will battle your depression. That is what's going to make you. Well, I mean, it won't get rid of it. You're still going to be struggling till the day you die for depression. I'm sorry to say, you guys, but even you know it's not easy. But what you can do is fight that depression by living, by being happy, by saying, you know what, I'm not going to be like this anymore. And it sucks, because how do you do that? Well, you have to figure that out for yourself, because you got to figure out what makes you happy. If raising kids makes you happy, if being an HR person, if being a, I don't know, an artist, comic book artist, graphic artist, whatever. And this video goes out to anybody. I'm gonna make this video out to anybody who's just out, and you can do it. Take it from me. Take it from me that you can always have a fresh start. It's the person who quits and gives up and says, you know what, I'm just gonna work a remedial job, and I'm just gonna collect a paycheck, go home, and be miserable for the rest of my life. I mean, if that's fine, if that's what you want, that's fine. That sucks. I mean, that really does suck. But if it's what you want, it's what you want. So I mean, I'm sorry to say that some people do live like that, and it's sad, but it's also a choice. Everything's a choice, guys. Everything is a choice. There's no way around it. If happiness is a choice. You can choose to be happy right now. You can choose to forgive. You can choose to let whatever's bothering you, let it go. Let it go. Yeah, don't. Sorry. But it's, trust me, as bad as things get, guys, it's always possible. It always is. I mean, I've seen people who've been down on their knees, who've lost everything, and somehow they get up every morning and they do it. And that's the people I try to learn from. And take it from me, we're all struggling, guys. We're all in this together. And I want you guys to think about what you want to do and what makes you happy, because that's the way you're going to battle, your depression. That's the way you're going to be happy for the rest of your life, and that's the way you can make other people happy. That's what's going to make this world a better place, guys. When you use your passion, your creativity to either invent something or to make people happy, that's there's too many people in this world. There's too many criminals. There's too many guys who are just promoting things that are just bad for this planet. And part of it, a lot of it is politics, and you guys can't listen to the politicians. Don't listen to them, and don't ever look to them for advice. Don't ever look for them and say that they're gonna be the saviors. I mean, they promise you stuff, but they don't deliver. I mean, we all know that. And um, unfortunately, some people, they sit around, they wait for people to give them stuff, and then they never feel the struggle of what it takes to actually put themselves out there. They just want something handed to them. They don't want to work for it. And that's sad, guys, because that takes away that human spirit and that initiative to take control of your life. If you don't want to work for something, if you just want to roll over and have people rub your belly whenever you want, I mean, that's what a dog does. That's what a dog does. You want to be a dog, or do you want to experience real freedom? You know, Unfortunately, in this society, freedom it's so easily lost. I mean, the only way to be free, guys, is to live your life how you want these days. I mean, start a business, go to school more or whatever. But that's the only way you're going to be happy, and that's the only way you can live your life. Because let me tell you something, guys. Too many people I've seen give up their dreams, and um, it's like Shia LaBeouf says. I mean, I actually do like that when he's doing the whole "just do it" thing. I mean, I watch it all the time because sometimes it's actually pretty good when you really think about it, because that's what you guys have to do. Um, because it's gonna hurt a lot. I mean, guys, it's gonna suck, and there's gonna be people telling you you can't do it. Actually, I think it's worse when people tell you you can do it. There's only a few selected people in my life who tell me that I can't do something, and I think that's sad. I do think I need more people beating me up, because that's what's gonna that's what's gonna help you to prove them wrong, guys. I'm telling you. Listen to the naysayers. Listen to the people who will tell you you can't do it. Those are going to be the people that are the ones who actually they're helping you. The ones that coddle you and say it's going to be okay. I mean, it is going to be okay, guys. But at the same time, you just got to man up. It's like I said, guys. It's a balance. Sometimes you need a little bit of both. You need a little bit of God. You need a little bit of, or whatever the opposite of no God is. Sometimes you need a little bit of love. You need a little bit of hate. You need a little bit of sadness. You need a little bit of happiness. You need to learn different things, and that's how great men do things, guys. They believed in all kinds of things. They opened their minds to everything. So I'm gonna close out this video, guys, but I'm just telling you guys, don't give up. Be who you are. but also open your idea. I mean, open your mind to new ideas, guys, because you never know where it's gonna take you. The sun rises every day, and you don't know what the tide's gonna bring you. Sometimes it's just, I mean, I can't explain it, guys. Some days you're talking with the freaks, the worst freaks you'll ever meet, and then some days you're talking to the most passionate people who tell you, don't. I mean, I can't explain it. Some days it's just you meet the best people in the world, and then some days you meet the worst. But you gotta focus on the best, guys. You can't focus on what's negative. Negativity, it just breeds misery, and you're gonna make people around you miserable, and eventually you're just gonna get to the point where you can't get out of it, guys. Those tentacles, those things holding you down, eventually you don't want to get out of it. You'll just be an empty shell, and you won't be living your life. You'll be miserable, and I don't want that for you guys. I want everybody to make it, and everybody can make it. See, people think that we need people to cook our fries and bag our groceries and things like that. I mean, if you want to do that to the day you die, it's fine. It's honest work, guys. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. But I just think to me, I think it's such a waste of talent that there's so many people out there with ideas and experiences that we can all learn from. But you never know. Maybe maybe your grocery bagger was a former Marine. I mean, you'd be surprised the stories that I've heard, guys. And it's just crazy sometimes. I mean, but I'm gonna close out this video, guys. But I hope you guys can take something from this, because I don't want to see you guys fall into the thing that I fell into. I fell into this depression state a long time, for about 3 years, and I think that's kind of what I've been struggling with. And I thought that I needed somebody to save me, but only you guys can save yourself, guys. I mean, you can listen to all the videos all you want, but sometimes you watch these videos and you think, you know, whatever, he doesn't know what he's talking about, he doesn't know. And I do know what you guys are talking about. I know what it's like to lose things. I know what it's like to be stuck in that hole and feeling like there's no way out. The only way out, guys, is in. I'm sorry, but that's just, you're just gonna have to dig yourself out, and hope there's something at the top waiting for you. And usually there is. You'd be surprised. Sometimes there just is. Sometimes there isn't. But sometimes, you know what, I'm just thankful that I'm out of the hole. I'm thankful that I have a new mindset, and I'm thankful that I'm hopefully going to produce positive energy for you guys, and positive energy for this channel. And I'm really excited about this, and I can't wait to show you guys what I can do. And it is what it is, and you just have to keep at it. So I hope I covered everything for you guys, and I'm oops, sorry, low battery. I hope you guys will listen to this and take my warning, and just understand, guys, that it's you're gonna make it, you know. But you also have to beat yourself up sometimes, and just so you can have something to tell you guys to prove them wrong. You need to prove them wrong, and you need to fight, guys. That there's just no way around it. So thanks, guys, for listening. New things, new videos coming, and I hope you guys subscribe to me. I think it's somewhere around here. Anyway, guys, sorry, I'm still getting used to it. I'm still getting my feet wet. So subscribe to Kojak21. I'd appreciate it. And thanks for watching, guys. And there's more to come. So yeah.